All right, man. How you doing today? How's it been going for you so far?
It's been going great. We're having a blast here. We're selling a lot of DVDs and meeting a lot of folks, making some friends, and Texas Frightmare is great. It's a great place.
Okay, but now I notice you're like writer, director, and actor as well. How does that you find that troublesome at all, or is that something that?
On Spirit Camp it was a little difficult up front because I was running the camera and doing all that kind of stuff. And so anytime I would leave the camera, everything would kind of go to shit. But John Lance, my co-producer, great guy. He was able to get my shooting style, and by the time we kind of finished this thing up, he knew what to do and was handling it. And if you watch Spirit Camp, towards the end of the fight sequence, he shot a lot of that. Anytime you see me towards the end of the movie, he's running camera on that, and it looked great. And so it can be problematic. And then the other trouble spot is, okay, I wrote the script, right? And I'm like a stickler for everybody to know their lines, and then I get up there and I'm like, oh shit, what am I like? Because I'm so focused on other stuff. It's like, okay, but this one, I'm taking the lead role in Code of Evil, which you can find out more information about at codeofevil.com. There's a pre-production trailer up, and I'm going to have to plan more.
Get it down packed. I was going to ask. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this interview thing. But now, what are your plans with Code of Evil? Are you planning on releasing it direct to DVD? Are you going to try to do a theatrical run with it, or?
We will probably do the whole grassroots, release it straight to DVD, and tour, do the convention tour thing, pretty much like we did with Spirit Camp. And we'll do iTunes and that kind of thing, and we'll kind of see. It really depends on how the marketplace is at that time when we release. It's an interesting time to be a content creator because, nobody wants to pay for content. It's everything's on the web. Everything gets pirated, and but it's really cool. You have the really hardcore supporters that they want DVDs and they buy DVDs and they support the film and they support indie filmmakers, and I'm so appreciative of that because that's what keeps us all going. And if content creators can't make money on what they're doing, then you can't keep making it. And it's like none of us indie filmmakers are in this for the money. We do this because we love this. But it takes financial resources to get these things together.
Yeah, well, that definitely is sort of the opposite end of the coin. Because I know a lot of people are like, it's so easy to make a movie now. Just get a camera, get a crew, go out and do it, but never think about the financial repercussions of that. And
you can. Anybody can make a movie now. And it's like HD cameras. I mean, you're filming me on an HD camera right now, and that's a good one. It's a little Canon, and so that's great. But the logistics of it, feeding your crew, getting your locations, doing all your post-production, and then when it comes to marketing, and even coming to a convention like this, you got your hotel costs, you got your booth costs, you got, your DVD replication costs, and so it adds up,
Do you have any future projects outside of Code of Evil, after that gets released, do you have something else you're jumping on, or is all your energy right now completely focused on that film?
Everything is, I've got so many projects going on because I'm programming the film festival at Comic Palooza, which is one of the largest pop culture conventions in the Southwest, and that's in Houston in May. So as soon as I get through this weekend, then I'm programming the film festival at that convention.
Okay, is there a way for people to find that online?
If you go to splatterfest.com, you can find out more information about that. We're kind of co-hosting that. And Splatterfest is my film festival. Okay. And our main event is in the fall in September in Houston, and we'll have a short film competition where we give filmmakers a weekend to write, shoot, and edit a horror short. Last year we gave away a Canon T2i as a grand prize. We had over 2,000 people come through the door. Really great experience. And this year we're expanding. We're having feature-length films, and we're going to try to have some guests and add some more convention-style elements to it. And so between all of that comes Code of Evil, which I'm going to go into pre-production, or I'm in pre-production now, but we're going to go into production in July, August, and hopefully we'll have a 2012 release on that. And really, I don't like to decide the next project that I'm going to do until I complete that one, because I usually end up in a completely different frame of mind, and I've learned so much, and then I go, okay, well, this would be good to do next,
And what can you tell us about Code of Evil? I mean, since you're in the pre-production phase, is there anything you can kind of divulge that isn't like a spoiler or?
Yeah, Code of Evil is it's sci-fi horror. You know, it's got action elements. It's essentially aliens meets Con Air. A bunch of escaped convicts get trapped on an alien planet with nasty creatures with sharp teeth, and the fate of mankind depends on their survival.
Awesome.
So it's fun. You know, we're having a blast with it. We're going to shoot a completely green screen.
Oh, really?
So everything, all the sets I'm creating digitally right now. The teaser trailer that if you check out, that's all green screen, shot in my studio.
Where can they find that? Like if they go online, where can they
go to codeofevil.com and also Facebook/Code of Evil. And join the fan page and keep up with us. And that film stars Shannon Lark, which was the Fangoria Spooks model in 2009. Kelly Barnes Smith is in that. Fred Doss from Transformers and G.I. Joe is in that. Brittany Karbowski, who's done a lot of anime. She was in Soul Eater and Full Metal Alchemist and a bunch of other things like that. So we got a really great supportive group of people coming together, and you know, we just trying to make movies, have a good time, and give people some good enjoyment. You know. Put some positive vibes out there, you know.
One thing I was wanting to ask you was, do you remember the really, really bad reviews you got? And I mean, are those things that sort of polarize in your head, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody remembers like the really, really bad reviews, you know, and it's like they sting a little bit, you know, especially the first one. It's like you get really pissed off, and it hurts you personally, but then you realize, man, you know, there's the same day, like we got a 1-star review. And then the exact same day, we got a 5-star review on a different site. And you're just kind of like, okay, that puts it in perspective. Not everybody is going to like what you do. Yeah. And, you know, as long as you make a movie that you feel passionate about, that says something to you, there's going to be people out there that respond to that and appreciate that. And, you know, there's going to be people that hate it. And, you know, what I found, like, because we've been on the road with Spirit Camp for over a year now, and I think we really polarized audiences because we're old school horror. There's not a lot of gore in this. So the gore hounds got really pissed off. They were like, man, there's not enough tits, there's not enough gore, you know, and it's like, you know, whatever. But all that kind of noise fades away. And, you know, our film has found its audience, and we've got these really great supportive fans, and we're selling more DVDs today than we did a year ago this time, which is crazy and great.
Now, were there any reviews that were just like, it completely blew your mind why they were like giving you a particular terrible review? Like anything that just seemed kind of hateful, like they didn't even watch, they just sort of bypassed?
Yeah, you can kind of tell the reviews that where people just, they didn't like the concept, and they didn't even watch the movie, and they were hating on it. And then, you know, a couple of reviews, like personally, kind of attacked me, which is ridiculous. And you know, we had on the DVD, I have a bonus feature, and during production, my mother was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and she was doing the catering and the craft service. And so I kind of documented that because, you know, it was just, that to me is horrific. Like, I was doing another interview today, and somebody asked me, what scares you? And I said, you know, that shit scares me. You know, when a loved one is going through that. And the ironic thing was I got hired to shoot this seminar that this woman, who was a 2-time breast cancer survivor, she puts on this great seminar where she re-lyrics old show tunes and tells her breast cancer survival story. And it was the most uplifting thing and just a great message for people going through that. And I was videoing this. And that same day I got home and got the call from my mother that she had been diagnosed with a brain tumor. And at that point, you know, we didn't know if it was going to be cancerous or if it was benign or whatever, and you know, I just kind of, I was devastated. It really put the whole thing in perspective to me, like, okay, well, you know, this movie up to this point had been just everything in my life. This was all my passion, and then it suddenly became not important. It was my mother and her health, you know, and she was, you know, like diagnosed, and then like a couple days later had brain surgery, and then an hour after surgery she was in her back in her hospital room, coherent, talking, laughing, smiling, and I documented this and I put it in the bonus features because I thought it was important to let other people see that success and that her story, and maybe that helps somebody who is going through the same thing to, you know, have this moment of like, okay, it's possible. Because when I saw that woman who had the breast cancer story, it made me feel like, okay, you know, she survived this, and so my mom is going to survive this. And I just thought it was an important message, and I wanted to pay tribute to her and how she has been so important in my life. And that, you know, some people come up to me and say, man, that was I was really moved by that. And some of the people, I've seen a couple of reviews where they went after that and they personally attacked me for putting that on there. And that was kind of hurtful. I mean, it's like, if you don't like my movie, that's great, man. Tell me my movie sucks, but, you know, back off on the personal stuff. I don't think there's a point for that.
Yeah, and why did they attack you on the putting the thing with your mother on there?
I don't know. I think some people may have thought that was exploitatious.
Yeah.
And that was not my intent at all. It was more of just a sharing of a story of somebody going through some hard time and coming out okay on the other end.
Yeah.
She bounced back right away, and she's doing fine today, and you know, just I'm very thankful for that. You know.
Yeah,
for
Cool.
sure.
Cool. And what was I gonna say? That's something else I was gonna say. It was really, really awesome. Or a question I was gonna ask. It's really amazing. Are you feeling okay? I'm looking on the camera. I'm looking under your eyes. You got like serious bags going on, man.
I have. Okay, here's the thing. At Texas Frightmare, you get no sleep because you're up in the vendor room, you know, in the morning.
Yeah.
You go all day, and then of course you go to the bar and you party all night.
Yeah.
The bar shuts down at 2, but the party doesn't end at 2. The party ends at like at 5 or 6, and then you're back up at 9 again, getting down in the vendor room.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm making a movie all over again because this is the way it is on set. You go and, you know, you shoot 16 hours a day and you watch dailies, you get 2 hours of sleep, and you go and do it all over again. So I'm kind of dragging now. So, you know, if I look kind of strange, I swear I'm not on any kind of drugs. And, really, I'm just
working your ass off.
Working my ass off.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, links will be on the thing. If you look down below the video, click them, watch them, support this man. Otherwise, I'll kick your ass. All right, man. It was awesome talking to you.
Awesome,
all right?
man. Thank you so much.
Not a problem.